Hey Virgo, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your October 2022 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll dive into the collective energy of Virgo and take a look at all things related to love. Whether you are currently single, perhaps you are partnered up or married or in a commitment or committed relationship. This can also be about family dynamics. Perhaps you've had a falling out or a challenge with someone close to your heart, a child, a parent, a family member, or even a best friend. Love shows up in all shapes, sizes, and forms. So please do take the energy as it resonates. If you are interested in a personal reading or even entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, Virgo, in matters of the heart, showing up here, we have the padlock, we have the dandelion, and we also have good motivation. So I do feel like there may have been a situation in the past here, because this is past energy, that your heart may have been closed off. You may have not been available, or someone may have either ghosted or been closed off to the energy or the love that you wanted to give. Okay, but I feel like rejection is God's protection here. And I feel like there was a situation that happened in the past for you to grow, for you to evolve, and for you to come out of a situation stronger, with more compassion, and to actually help you open up on a deeper, more, for some of you, more intimate level, if this is a romantic relationship. For others of you, you may have felt alienated or felt disconnected from a family member, a parent, or a child. They're giving me strong parent-child dynamic here for a few of you, but I feel like someone was shut off, whether it was you or your person. But the good news is, in the present energy, you're planting some really beautiful seeds here, Virgo. You have the dandelion. This is all about manifestation. This is about finally what it is that you are working on manifesting showing up in the form of reality, because you've been doing the work. And even though you may have been closed off to the situation, or it didn't happen the way that you thought it would, or you had to work through some challenges before you could fully embrace a new energy here, I feel like you're planting the seeds to something quite beautiful showing up here, where there could be a coming together. There could be a whole new level of awareness happening in a very important relationship in your life. For those of you that are single and looking, you may have felt like there was just nothing out there. Nothing was available to you. I feel like the seeds that you're planting now are going to grow into something quite beautiful for you, Virgo. In the future, we have good motivation. Now, some of you may be meeting up with another person for a coffee date or a tea date. This could be about exchanging good ideas. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a friend. And I feel like you may be bouncing ideas and energies off of each other that leaves you feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, revitalized, instead of sometimes you meet with people and you feel drained afterwards, or you feel like you just don't have that positive energy moving forward. But whoever you're connecting with, there could be a strong energy of a brand new friendship coming in here for you. It could be a romantic interest of something that is deeply intimate on a level of, I feel, a soul contract. But when I say intimate, it's not just romantic. It's that you're able to touch on many different levels. Intimacy in a sense of vulnerability. You're able to talk to a person here about everything, whether this is a connection between you and your own mother, if your mother is still here. Even if she's crossed over, I feel like maybe you talk to your mother while you have coffee, or while you have your tea in the morning. This can also be about feeling good about the relationship you are currently in and where it's going. Let's dive into your energy here, Virgo, and take a look at the heart of the matter. What's the heart of the matter for you regarding love in the month of October? What do we have here? Virgo, I really like where you're at. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Four of Swords, which is all about rest and retreat. It's all about rejuvenation. It is about taking a little bit of time out so you can clearly see a situation from a different perspective. So the main energy and what's crossing you here, we have the High Priestess and the Four of Swords. So when the High Priestess shows up, you may have been observing a situation from behind the scenes, and that may be what was showing up here in the past for you. Maybe you weren't taking action because you were just seeing if someone's actions and words were aligned. You may have been waiting to see if someone was going to be there through thick and thin for you, whether a family member or a lover. I do sense here that your intuition was leading you all along. This High Priestess energy is about you trusting in that inner wisdom and gaining the insight needed as to why something may have happened the way it did. This could have been somebody in the past may have had a hidden agenda, or you may have had a falling out with someone because they weren't being truthful, they weren't being honest, or there could have been too many secrets or too many mysteries around some sort of a truth that wasn't necessarily in the best interest of either one of you, because it could have led to, at times, not trusting your own self. It could have led to insecurities, but I feel like you're pushing through that now, and you're planting the seeds to a healing process for you, Virgo, that is actually going to allow new love or a new connection to be embraced. They're giving me that Ace of Cups energy. So I feel like that may show up during your reading, is that gift of love here and a soul quenching renewal. And that's what this Four of Swords is all about, but it's crossing your energy here. So I feel like October is a very important month for you to show yourself some self-love. This is about you doing a healing, also taking time out for yourself, whether it's taking a nice long hot bath or shower, maybe it's getting a massage or energy work or body work done. This can also be about taking naps or resting more, maybe going to bed earlier. This can be focusing on yourself versus focusing on everyone else around you. This is about you saying yes to the things that are a soul yes, and saying no if you want to spend some time out for yourself. Virgo, at times you may be a people pleaser and you may say yes to everything, but it's very important for you to, for one, not ignore the signs of rest. For two, if you have been obsessing, overthinking, or overworking when it comes to a certain person in your life or a certain energy in your life, it's time for you just to release some of that energy. Do some self-love work, take a break, catch your breath, and regroup. Now let's dive in and just clarify this High Priestess showing up for you. Spirit, please tell me about the High Priestess. Some of you may have been, you may have been doing spiritual work, or even trying to do some magical work when it comes to someone in your life. This can also be about using the new moon energy to manifest new love, or it could even been a Mercury retrograde to have new people come back in, whether it was to gain closure, to mend, to heal. Also forgiveness is what I'm hearing. So we have the Knight of Cups. Beautiful. There is either a love offer coming your way. It could be an apology as well as what I was just feeling for you. And some of you know that this is coming about because you're trusting your intuition. Some of you feel like you're on the cusp of some sort of a breakthrough, some sort of an awareness when it comes to healing the heart. And I feel like you are very, very close. And I would say here, they're giving me October 14th. For some of you Virgos out there, there could be an energy around the 14th, give or take 2 days before or 2 days after, where there is going to be a complete heart opening type of energy. When this Knight of Cups shows up, this can be about you following your bliss and you healing matters of the heart that maybe you've kept suppressed or hidden. It could also be about someone coming towards you, because what you're healing from the past may be an energy of someone who may have been emotionally disconnected or shut off, or they were too interested in playing games or going back and forth. Now there's new seeds being planted, and I feel like it's a new energy coming in, and it's not going to look like anything that you've endured here in the past. This is a brand new energy coming in, and I like this for you. Let's take a look though at the Four of Swords. How else can you open up to fully embrace, yes, there it is, to fully embrace this Four of Swords energy, Four of Voices, that healing. This is the Ten of Pentacles. This is about you healing maybe some childhood wounding. It could be that child-parent connection that I was seeing here in the beginning of your reading, Virgo, where you may be forgiving maybe a parent or a sibling, or it could even be your own child, or it could be you've been alienated from a child here. I feel like there is a healing of a family dynamic coming in here, healing some family drama. Some of you have stepped away from the drama, or you've set yourself apart from the family or a family dynamic here. And I feel like you're planting the seeds to maybe calling in your soul tribe, starting your own family here, or mending a family situation that had occurred, okay? So let's take a look and see what is below you, Virgo. What is the foundation here regarding matters of the heart? What do we need to know for Virgo? They're giving me the name Hannah. Hannah, if that is your name, or if that is someone that you are affiliated with in the family or a lover, please take it as it resonates. So what you're doing here is you are letting go of some sort of betrayal, some sort of maybe lies, jealousy, some sort of betrayal when it comes to, it could be third party energy for some of you. This is about preservation here. Someone doesn't want to be hurt, and this is you, and that may have been why you had your heart shut down here, because you don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be lied to or rejected or played games with here. I feel like no one does, but there may have been someone around you that was quite cunning, quite sly, quite manipulative, or even sneaky at times. And I feel at times you tend to really move forward in that preservation. I'm going to do what I need to do to put up this wall or put up the bars on my heart so I don't fully allow love to come in. But what you're doing now is you're flipping that energy from almost the shadow side, where you're doing the work and taking a look at the triggers or the shadows. And what you're doing is you're allowing yourself a new opportunity. And that's what you see here on the bridge, is a new opportunity to head towards this open door. And what is in that open door? Sunshine, abundance, light, prosperity. This is why you're feeling good and motivated, because you have a clear new path, a clear new perspective. Thank you, Spirit. They're giving me Hanged Man energy. So I feel like you have a brand new perspective on your outlook regarding love, where in the past, maybe you didn't want to let something go. Maybe you were not ready to let it go. Maybe somebody hurt you so severely, Virgo, at times, or one big significant event where you hung on to it for a while. You may have closed up to other opportunities, or you felt like someone had shut the door on you. I feel like you are overcoming that energy here. Yeah, because the Empress says that you're putting your needs first, and you're not hanging on to this either codependent nature, this pain, this hurt. You're not smothering or putting too much energy into what no longer serves you, because the Empress is showing up here. This is you, Virgo, nurturing and growing your own creativity, your own sexiness and maternal energy. Whether you're female or male, it doesn't matter, but I feel like you're bringing out that positive side of you taking care of yourself here. The Empress knows how to take care of herself, and in return it flows into everything else, but she chooses her first and foremost, and then that's when that energy of love is aligned, and that's what you're doing here. So this is powerful stuff here. Some of you really had to go inward due to a situation that may have been quite challenging for you in matters of the heart. Again, it could have been between you and a family member, you and a very close friend, or you and a lover, where you had to focus on you. You had to focus on your own inner healing. But I feel like you're coming out from a situation that was a little bit closed off to you one way, form, or another. Let's take a look at the past for you, Virgo. What's showing up here in the past? They're showing me someone may have had to move, or someone may have been an army brat, or someone who moved a lot when they were younger, or had that gypsy soul where they felt like there was no solid maybe foundation, or your roots were never placed in one spot here due to a situation. Maybe you always did move. So please take it as it resonates. The Chariot. This is the card of travel or movement as well. So yes, For some of you, you had to move around a lot. For others of you, you may have been in different relationships, or for a couple of you as well, things may have progressed quickly between you and another person. And then before you knew it, it was like you were in over your head and you weren't quite sure what to do. But the Chariot energy, I feel like there is going to be success in areas where you felt lack, where you felt closed off. There will be success here. There will be movement, freedom to move, freedom to choose, and freedom to open your heart to what it is that your soul really wants. Let's take a look and see what's above you. And I will clarify if I feel the need to here, Virgo, but let's take a look at what's above you, what's coming in here. All right. Thank you, Spirit. So we have, how would you like? Thank you. Okay. So we actually have quite a few cards. They want that over here. Okay. So what we have here is the Three of Pentacles showing up in what's above you. So the Three of Pentacles is about collaborating. It is about teamwork makes the dream work here. It's about coming together for the greater good or for the greater purpose of your soul, advancement. Now this could be working with other people that help you heal as well. Excuse me, Virgo. This can be about working with a therapist, a coach, a mentor. It can also be about collaborating. Collaborating and communicating, as you could hear, my throat chakra. So I feel like there will be communication. It could be between three of you as well. It could have been, you know, maybe a sister or sibling, and then a parent, and then yourself. It could be between yourself and your two children, or it could be between you and two other people. Maybe you, your lover or partner, and then maybe a therapist. So they're just showing me the three with this Three of materials, but I feel like there could have, for some of you, been some healing from a third party energy. But this Three of Pentacles is about you pulling your weight and doing your best on you, on a relationship, on a specific energy here. So I feel like if other people weren't pulling their weight in the past, or if it felt like you were constantly the one that was putting in all the energy or effort, but yet somebody remained closed, I feel like there is a collaboration. There's a coming together. If this is you, that you've been single for maybe quite some time, and you have been in an energy of working with your therapist or your coach or your friends, I feel like there is new seeds being planted, and it's going to actually open your heart up to a higher level of love. Maybe a love that is unfamiliar or you haven't felt for quite some time. Let's actually get a card here to clarify the Three of Materials, which is the Three of Pentacles. What do we have here for Virgo? Three of Materials. Yeah, Nine of Swords, because a lot of you have been feeling that anxiety or feeling the worry, sleepless nights, stress. A lot of times this is our own self-induced fears that tend to keep us in place, that hold us back from opening up fully. What I'm sensing you're doing here with this Three of Pentacles is you're connecting and collaborating with your soul tribe or with the right people. I keep hearing and getting mending or coming together with a person, or it could just be an energy that you felt cast away, rejected, abandoned, or put out on the sides. The Nine of Swords is about you overcoming that anxiety, because anxiety can be crippling. It can lead down to the road of depression. And I feel that what you're doing is you may be pushing through the fears and the insecurities so you don't have as much anxiety as you had here in the past around a certain situation. It's you're freeing yourself from it, basically, is what I'm seeing. Because remember, I said the Chariot's bringing in a lot of success, and I see a couple of your future cards here point to success. So what do you have in the near future? Eight of Materials. You're going to continue either working on this relationship that you are in that may be close to your heart, whether again it is a lover or it is a partner that there's a high level commitment or you want it to go further. This could be about coming back together with a family member or a friend, or just healing from that dynamic in general. It doesn't mean that you have to come back together, but it means that you, for yourself and foremost, are healing and fixing what you can within yourself. You're realizing that even if things didn't turn out the way that you'd hoped that they would, you're going to continue putting in that effort, whether towards the relationship or towards the relationship you have with self, because the Eight of Materials is the Eight of Pentacles here. So I feel like you are loving yourself more. You are doing acts of self-care. You are going through the triggers, the traumas. You may be talking to other people about how to overcome and heal. Some of you are reading self-help books on maybe codependency, or it could be addiction. Some of you may be going to groups as well, support groups. For others of you, you're just focusing on what your strengths are, what you're good at, Virgo. And the Eight of Materials is saying that you will thrive when you focus on your strengths versus the past or the weaknesses, when you focus on the things that you can and are healing from. Because even though it may have been a weakness or it may have been a strength of yours, I feel like you're not letting that cause you and cripple you with anxiety any longer. You're figuring out ways to see the glasses half full and to stay optimistic, because the seeds have been planted here. You have good motivation to keep on going and to keep on thriving when it comes to love in your life. Now let's take a look and see what you're telling yourself. We have some singles out there possibly. And if you are single, this could certainly be a family dynamic you're dealing with. But there is competition here. There is obstacles that you have been struggling with in your love life, whether it's to love yourself, love someone that is close to your heart, or for you to fully heal from a situation that had occurred here. But the Five of Wands is another card of collaboration. It is about coming together. Instead of always feeling like you're on opposing sides, or feeling the rivalry or competition, or feeling criticized or criticizing yourself even, this is a card of teamwork makes that dream work as well. Working together and realizing that it's okay to have different views. It's okay for other people to give you their advice and for you to take it with a grain of salt. If it works for you, awesome. If not, it's okay to kind of let that go. But I'm sensing that you may be getting a lot of different viewpoints from certain people. Take what resonates and works for you first and foremost here. Let's take a look and clarify the Five of Wands. What's beautiful, I have to tell you here, is you are coming out of a situation that was challenging, because I feel that Five of Wands, you may have felt stuck. For some of you, if you are single, you may have been just focusing on your career, your finances, or your own self-love. And I'm sensing that, yeah, you felt like there could have been a tower moment that had happened in your life. For those of you that were in a relationship, there may have been some sort of sudden change that has to do with the Seven of Swords. It could have been you found something out, or you had to heal from someone because it did cause you a lot of anxiety or stress here. But the good news is I feel like in the month of October, you are releasing yourself from whatever this tower was. Because what do we have in your energy? The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about a spiritual journey. You may not see it for what it was then. You may be seeing it more for what it is here in October, even throughout the end of the year. You're going to see that this is the best thing that could have possibly happened. Whatever this was, even if this was something that happened to you 5 years ago in the family dynamic, maybe it shook up your whole world. This is about unexpected changes. It is about awakening moments here. It's about shattering a belief system that maybe you once had, and now you're looking at it in a different perspective, okay? For some of you, you're seeing the glasses half full versus half empty. You're getting out of this shadow, this darker period, and you're coming more towards that light. And that's what's showing up here for you in the energy is the Six of Voices, which is the Six of Swords, that spiritual journey. It's freeing yourself from a situation that may be beyond repair. It may be freeing yourself from that mental conflict that you've been holding yourself hostage here due to a tower moment. But whatever this is, you're freeing yourself and you're moving towards calmer waters, Virgo. And I love this because you're planting new seeds. These new seeds are going to grow. They're going to blossom into something quite beautiful, something quite wonderful. You have that Empress energy. Let's clarify the Six of Voices here, Six of Swords. Now, some of you are leaving the past behind. A lot of you are. You're heading towards safety. You're heading towards a journey to something better. There it is, Four of Swords showing up again for you. You have that as your challenge. And that's what your challenge is for this month in October, is to head towards those calmer waters, to work on things that can bring about more balance and more healing to your life here, because there may have been a tower moment that happens. But the good news again is you are freeing yourself from whatever mental destruction, physical destruction that you had been through. And I feel like there's a mending or a healing coming into place here. Now let's take a look and see what your hopes and fears are. What are your hopes, Virgo, and what are your fears? Yeah, your hopes are that you can release some of the burdens that you've been carrying. The Ten of Wands is about taking on a lot, and you may feel at times physically, mentally, emotionally exhausted because you're constantly carrying or worrying. Some of you may be quite codependent as well, and codependency doesn't just mean that that, you know, someone is an alcoholic or someone is, you know, weak. When we tend to be codependent at times, it's we focus so much of our energy into the thoughts and beliefs of and the energy of another person, where we tend to lose ourselves in the process. And I feel like your hope is to gain back your own power. And that's what that tower moment actually did for you. And so I feel like there is a sudden revelation that will offer you freedom. And that's your hope here, is to free yourself from those heavy burdens and realize that you don't have to fix anyone, that the only person that you have control over is your own self. So very powerful stuff coming in here. Virgo, I like this for you. If you have been feeling a little bit back and forth, or if you've been struggling with a specific friend or a specific person in your life, I do sense that you're reclaiming your power and you're coming out on top of a situation. Now let's take a look at the final outcome. What's the final outcome here for Virgo, October 2022? They want 2 cards, and I haven't even seen, thank you, Spirit, I haven't even seen what this one was, but let's see why they want 2 here. Okay, now I know why. Because you have the Devil in reverse and you have the 2 of Wands, which I read intuitively, but you're getting rid of something that was quite toxic. Now this could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a thing. It's about you releasing yourself from whatever you felt was holding your strings, whatever was controlling your energy. Again, codependency, that's what the Devil represents here. For some of you, this Devil can be addictions, obsessions, fears. It can be about manipulation. But what you're doing is you're releasing that. You're reclaiming your power, and you're saying, I'm not letting someone else's actions, someone else's behaviors, someone else's thoughts feel like they have to control my life. Like I am putting my life on pause because I'm so focused on the energy or the obsessive thoughts or behaviors of another person. It's time for me to take back control of my life and plan my future. 2 of Wands energy. This is about you planning your future, needing to make a decision to let this energy go, whatever is toxic to your health, your mind, your body, your soul, and you are figuring out ways to see your future in a new light. And that's what you're doing here. In the past, you may have had to do what you've had to do based on maybe some of you were preserving yourself. Self-preservation can be the energy of the 7 of Swords. Maybe you had children, or you had to focus on finances and you couldn't leave a situation or a person because there were physical steps that you had to take prior. And I completely understand. Sometimes people say, well, Melissa, it's so much easier said than done. I can't leave. I have this or I have that. But what you're doing here is you're heading towards safety, because for some sort of energy, there's help coming in here for you. And it's kind of navigating you towards more stability, more safety, calmer waters. Now, this could be your own thoughts, your own mind. It can be about another person. Whatever this is here for you, Virgo, you are planning your future in a big positive way. And I feel like it will be successful. Remember, your goal here in the past is for triumph, basically, with this Chariot energy. This is about forward direction. You weren't able to in the past for whatever reason that Devil energy blocked you. But I feel like now, guess what? It's available. It's available. That padlock, you are now holding the key. They're showing me the key here. Some of you, it could actually be a physical key. Maybe you're wanting to move. Some of you may have bought a new vehicle that you're now holding the keys for. Some of you, it could be just an energy of you symbolically holding the key to this energy of opening yourself up to a new plethora of opportunities coming in here. I'm just going to pull one final card to clarify the outcome here. I love that the Devil came out with the 2 of Wands, because you are freeing yourself and you have a choice to do so. Yeah, there it is, 8 of Cups. You are looking back. You can see here in this card that he's looking back into this empty room, empty space. And yes, for some of you, you may be moving or relocating or leaving behind someone, or if you felt abandoned or left by someone else in your life, but you are looking back and you're saying to yourself, you know, it taught me what I needed to know. It's the best that I could do in that situation at that time. I needed to grow. I needed to heal. I needed to evolve. And I'm hearing forgiveness for some of you as well. But he's looking back with no regrets. And he's saying, I'm moving forward. I'm locking the door possibly to the past. And you're moving forward because you're in search of something more deep, more meaningful, more true, more real, more authentic, especially with the 7 of Swords. This is about honesty. It's about mutual respect. It is about you being able to open your heart up on that level of love that you have never felt before here. And you're walking straight towards your 9 of Cups, your wish fulfillment. So keep on going, Virgo, because what you're doing, it's working. And even though you've been through a challenging time with a person or with an energy or a situation, you will certainly come out on top. Now let's take a look and get a message here from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And for those of you that are interested in any of the decks that are used during your reading or any that are above here, you can find all of that information in the description box below. Yeah, you're letting go of this never-ending story. I love this for you. You have the never-ending story. It's something that you've been going through over and over. And at one point it was fear. And then what fear does sometimes is it turns into anxiety. And anxiety is actually worse than fear, Virgo, because anxiety can cripple us and it can be constant, where fear, it kind of comes and goes at times. But what you're doing is you are, you can see here, they just pointed this out to me. What I was going to say is you are flipping that script here. You are getting out of that never-ending cycle. And they're actually highlighting the heart at the bottom here. And I feel like you will have some decisions to make here when it comes to matters of the heart. Now it's card 37, and I will read to you the relationship message before we wind down your reading. All right, so this energy is all about self-criticism, which we did talk about earlier for you, Virgo. This can be about the wounded ego, which we talked about healing any of the ego or childhood traumas or past traumas that have occurred in your relationships. This can be about unnecessary dramas. And the relationship message for you is this. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Now, Virgo, it doesn't mean that those things didn't take place, but sometimes it's beyond just abuse and neglect. And some people think, well, what could be worse than that? Well, it could be shame, fear of intimacy, and low, let's see here. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is. However, right now you have an opportunity for important healing, and you have that 4 of Swords showing up twice in your reading, and that is the card of important healing. But you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. So very powerful stuff here happening for you. This is about letting go of that old story and heading towards calmer waters, which that 6 of Swords is all about that. I'm going to read to some of you who do feel stuck, like you're not quite sure how to get out of this never-ending cycle. I'm going to read to you the protection message. And it says here, this is a time to avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff. Your sensitivity is on overload these days, and you're best served by keeping your distance. Your mantra today, not my circus, not my monkeys. All this drama will pass, and you will carry on unscathed and blameless. Okay, for some of you, it's about avoiding drama, but I am feeling the The relationship message really ties in with this never-ending story, and realizing that, yes, your soul does come into contracts with other people for you to heal rejection, shame, humiliation, blame. And that's what this is all about with the Seven of Swords. So I do feel like some of you, whether it was a lover, intimate relationship, whether it was a parent, a sibling, an aunt, an uncle, a family member, or a very close friend, there is a contract going on here that you are learning immensely from, Virgo, and you have what it takes to finally learn the lesson that needed to be learned here. Jump off that hamster wheel and move towards your freedom. And that's what I see coming in here for you. I hope this resonates, Virgo. I'm sending you all so much love and light. If this helps, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Sending lots of love, lots of light. Thanks so much for tuning in.